got a death curse.
It's Scream Week here on the Death Curse Club. Exactly. And we're wrapping things up with a spoiler review of Scream 7. Look, I've done retro reviews for 1 through 6. Me and Jim had a discussion about the 30 years of Ghostface. We ranked our Ghostface. Mm-hmm. And also, Jim, you don't have to do this because I don't think you would remember any of them. But Jim, I'd like to know your ranking of these movies by the end of this spoiler review.
Oh, okay, sure.
It should be pretty easy. But
Yeah.
we are the Death Curse Club. You can follow us on Instagram. You can go ahead and subscribe to this channel. You can listen to our podcast on apps. That's what you could do.
On the podcast apps.
That's Brooke.
That's me.
That's Jim.
Yo,
and I'm Zach. So let's just go ahead and dive into this mother sucker. Since this is the spoiler review, just to give you a little recap, we will give lightly treaded reviews, and then if you want to stick around to hear our big spoilers, you can do that. But Scream 7 came out, and it's about Cindy Prescott is living in a new town, and she has her family. A couple of kids are with grandma, that's fine, but then a ghost face appears and tries to kill her daughter, who's exactly the same age as she was when the first attacks happened 30 years ago. Will she survive? Will the daughter survive? Okay, so my feelings for this movie are, I think it is a solid entry into the franchise that feels very repetitive throughout its entire run. And for some reason, there is some freshness in this that, yes, gets a little messy, but overall, I like the flavor. More on that later. How about you, Brooke?
Again, I like letting it sit. I still thoroughly enjoyed it for the fact of it being a Scream movie. And I think that that's where you have to look at it. Like, it's the 7th installment. Mm-hmm. So you can't veer but so much. They've done that and people don't like it. So for me, I thought that it was a really good movie, and I'm still obsessed with the kills.
Oh my, and we'll get into those. That'll definitely be a big spoiler discussion. Jim.
Yeah.
I
enjoyed it quite a bit. I would say it made some necessary adjustments to the formula that we've gotten used to. Like you always say, not too far away, but just some necessary little minor adjustments. But I really enjoyed it. I thought it was one of the better ones.
Okay. That is your cue to leave if you don't want to know more. Now it's time to really dive into this. I said this in the out of theater reaction, and I want to kind of explain it a little more of like, this installment felt very chapter. It never felt during it like, oh my God, is this the end of Scream? Remember, Jim, when I talked about the promotion, I was like, they're not even selling this thing like it's like the last one. Right. They're just selling it like it's, a ghost face coming after Sydney. And that is the movie that you get. And there are characters that return from previous films, which is cool. But ultimately, what I think I loved most about this movie, thinking about it today, I've only slept for 3 hours. So if I sound groggy or, like an Ultimate Warrior promo, I'm sorry.
No one cares.
Yeah. But what I love about this is that this strayed away from a typical Scream movie, which is film nerds being obsessed with a person in a movie and trying to recreate a movie. This movie is about a bookworm who wants her heroine back to kill her. That's amazing. We've literally went a completely different way. Jim, I told you, like, we had a discussion of, is Ghostface an icon or not? This movie is absolutely the epitome of Roy in the Friday the 13th series. This is not a regular Ghostface killing. This has a head, a person, a Billy type mind commanding a couple of Ghostface to kill. One gets murdered near beginning of the movie, and they have to like run and gun try to fix the situation. And we'll get into actual scenes of it. Yeah. But for me, I love the fact that this is just a completely different attitude where there's no hello, Sydney, besides like one call. It's all this AI usage of using former killers that our main killer would have known about through the book, like of Sydney's book. So like, it's perfect in the sense of, yeah, she can't make calls and ask you what's your favorite scary movie because she don't watch them. She's just invested in Sydney the person and her story. And with that, she knows so much more about Sydney's life than her own daughter does. So throughout this film is the relationship of Sydney and the daughter, Tatum. And Tatum just wants to understand what she went through, while the killer of the movie knows exactly what she went through. I love it. I love it. Do you have any thoughts on my takeaways?
Your take? No, I mean, I did like the feel that it gave you, to where you thought that it was more of her son, and the vibes that you were getting from that. And it was very, I liked the take that you thought a lot. This is huge spoilers, but obviously we've already said that.
That's what it says in the thumbnail too.
You thought that it was a lot around Tatum and her friends and the killings with them, but it really wasn't. It was more about Sydney, and it was the fact of, I liked when she was like, I need her to be like Tatum, right? Because she was like, I need her to be what I want, because you have stopped. You have stopped being that badass. You have stopped your hiding from all of it. And hiding in the sense of like, I don't want to deal with that trauma. And I also felt like that relationship, like you were talking about with Tatum and her mom, I did feel like personally, it was very appropriate. And I didn't feel like Sydney was as crazy and psycho as I feel like they could have done with her. Like, she was truly trying to live as normal of a life and not deal with any of that, which I liked. I liked that they weren't trying to go
Jamie Lee Curtis.
Yeah, like because I do feel like
Republican,
she
if you get that right.
wasn't hiding, because I don't feel like she was hiding. I feel like she was just like, no, I'm living. I'm just living. Leave me the fuck alone. I'm just living.
Right.
Because it looked like she owned the coffee shop.
Little latte.
Right. She wasn't, like I said, she wasn't hiding. And so.
And hold on, really, so much so, she keeps her maiden name. Because they call her in it Sydney Prescott Evans. I believe Evans was the last name. So, like, she wasn't hiding.
Right. But I do understand her not wanting to talk about it with her daughter, because she didn't want to pass on any of that trauma. And she wanted her daughter to have a normal life. Like, that's what she wanted.
Right.
And her daughter kind of poking at, I want to know more, but, like, also, you're so crazy for wanting your house to be locked. Like, ma'am, I have not had a killer in my life, and I am crazy about making sure my doors and everything are locked. So,
you put in a panic room for no reason. And literally just have a sign in there that says safe space. And pillows and blankets. What about you, Jim? What do you think overall, story-wise?
Yeah, it's funny that they made the whole thing and the focus on Sydney. after her trying to move away from everything and just kind of live her life. Because it's very much like real life. She left the series for one movie, and fans were like, "What the hell? Like, get her back in here." And the
Right.
fans didn't let her leave, and that's kind of what this movie is about. And it's not the only time that the movie kind of pokes at the other movies,
Yes.
specifically
Yes.
the last New York one.
Yeah.
But I feel like that's a lot of what that was. I thought her daughter was good, and the whole storyline there. This actually felt more of a passing of the torch movie than the previous two ever did. I think because of it being her daughter, because her daughter feeling very similar to her by the end. And you also have other characters in the brother and sister that came back that are already kind of taking on certain aspects of
The core
Gail
204.
yeah. But Gail and then even Dewey in ways, and so you could at this point, if you wanted to move forward, focus on those three and
Right.
and take out Gail or Sydney
And honestly, that's what I love. So
Do you think you'd be able to take them out completely? I think
Gail you could.
crazy enough, I think you could get away with taking out Gail completely. Sydney, I still feel like you'd have to have like a telephone call or something.
Yeah.
Like nothing crazy. Like I don't feel like she's got to be a main part of it, but I feel like there's got to be that, like,
At least for one more movie.
yeah, like Tatum reaching out to her mom or something in that manner.
well, see,
And it could even be
personally-
going at like whatever. Yeah, go
I
ahead.
personally think it's Sydney still as the lead. I don't think we stray from Sydney being the lead. Now, Gail dying at the beginning of the movie to fucking show their stakes, sure, I could see that. But I think the whole point of this movie is establishing Sydney and Tatum as a duo and where that's going to go. Because
Fair.
again, we're jumping around, but like
Yeah.
the reason why Mark doesn't die is because he can die later on. I actually am impressed that he doesn't die because in the trailer, they give away like, oh, I guess he's dead, and he doesn't die.
Right. Yeah, no,
So
when
they
he started
reverse-
breathing, I was like, oh, hello.
They reverse the gotcha moment, and that's kind of funny to me. But again, things that I love are like the beginning of this movie. We're at Stu Macher's place. It's now an Airbnb, and it's showing all this lore, and Ghostface is there killing. You don't hear Ghostface speak. And again, it goes back to the only call that has it to Sydney's at the beginning until the very end.
Well, there was a call at the house.
But that's the boyfriend. The beginning call was the Airbnb guy. That's why it sounded a little off.
Oh, okay.
The boyfriend
called.
actually did call
okay.
as Ghostface,
Got it.
scared her. So there was no voice. And the reason why I find that awesome, when the cops come and search the Prescott Evans house, and then Ghostface jumps down and he's going after him, when he's holding Tatum captive,
He's
he
not
doesn't
talking.
speak.
Yeah, right.
So again, another matter of this is not about a movie franchise. This story is more personal. And again, why I dug the way that they wanted to go with that. By the time we get to that, well, we'll talk to in a little bit, but I do, at that scene, Ghostface gets rocked, killed, ran over by Gail and 204, Chad, and I forget her name.
Mindy.
Mindy. Absolute perfect usage of them.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Like Gail wasn't in scenes, and you can tell. I mean, Courtney Cox is like 65 fucking years old, and it's showing. But like, and that's not a bad thing, but keeping her out of the action, I feel is very important because of the last movies. Chad gets stabbed in this movie, and it was in the shoulder right here, and he only gets stabbed once. And I know you didn't see this in the last one when I did my rewatch. The last movie, Chad got stabbed 4,000 fucking times and lived. And I mean, worse than what Mark got in this.
Yeah.
It was two Ghostface stabbing him like this. And he lived.
Yeah.
That's bullshit.
Yeah.
But like to see that he only gets stabbed and Mindy got cut and that was that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Awesome. So I thought it was a good usage of them.
And it also made sense why Ghostface left them and didn't like finish that kill.
Right. I felt for my girl McKenna Grace.
Oh yeah.
Because like it felt.
I wasn't prepared for that.
Well, it's that soon. Like I was prepared for you dying, but like they Sarah Michelle Gellar'd her ass. Like,
well, I kind of disagree. Well, I mean, I agree, but like, I think with the McKenna Grace thing, one of the things I did not want going into this movie was McKenna Grace being the killer. I felt like that was too obvious because she was a recognizable actor. And they did the plaid skirt.
Oh, the plaid skirt. So there's a internet thing that all the killers that have been revealed before this all wore flannel at some scene in the movie.
People need a good life.
So, like, I did not want that. So when they killed her early on, I was kind of shocked too. I was like, oh, okay. But it really raised the stakes. This recreated the Drew Barrymore moment in a way that none of the other movies were able to do.
Oh, wow. That's very fair. That's very
fair. Because it basically said, okay, anything could happen. And
our star dies.
Yeah. And I want to real quick go right back to Chad getting stabbed. I thought it was funny that right before that he was like, I'm not trying to get stabbed.
I know, right?
And then he goes and gets stabbed, which is the second time in the movie that something like that happens. Because in the opening scene, the girl talks about the killer.
She doesn't want to burn alive.
She doesn't want to get burned up. She's like, oh, that's a terrible way to die.
Yeah.
And then she gets burned up.
And like, honestly, what really made me happy is that there was comedy in it, especially with Chad and Mindy, because the one thing that I thought Radio Silence handled well in their movies were the comedy bits. So the fact that that transferred over, and maybe that's from old scripts, I don't know, but I think Kevin Williamson could have wrote that in there. But
I do think as an overall, though, like the film had its moments that were very tense and you were like, what's going to happen? And you kind of mentioned it when we did our out of theater reaction. The way that it was filmed of like seeing Ghostface and it kind of blending back in. Yes, I thought that was very like such a good usage of the tease and it wasn't always like immediately right after or even you didn't get the payoff like immediately.
Right.
Like it didn't always come from that angle either.
Right.
So I just thought as an overall it was really good. And I feel like, I mean, I know we just said the killer. There was a moment last night when watching it, I realized like how did Ghostface get in because they knew the code. And so obviously we've made it very clear, like I'm always a person that watches the movies.
But
yeah. And so I didn't put it together that it was somebody
that knew, like had
to obviously know. But I did find it funny, like you had called the mom and son, but I was very proud of myself because I had called the guy in the
yeah, and that's
which was probably very obvious to everyone else.
But that's what the internet's saying. It's like, obvious.
I'm going to tell you why they're both obvious. Here's the reason why both of those picks are obvious. So for not necessarily for people like Zach and I who follow all of the casting announcements and watch movies and all this other stuff. Okay, so one of the things we knew is that all these other killers were in the movie through casting. We said that they're coming back. They're coming back. So that first scene where the phone call comes through and we get Stu's face, and I immediately said to myself, "Okay, it's a deep fake thing. That's cool."
That's what I said.
Yeah, I was like, "That's a cool idea."
Me in on that because I was like, "Oh my god, he's back!"
He's back.
I was like, "I can't believe when we were speculating, we didn't come up with that idea."
Right.
Like it seemed so obvious, but I was like, "Okay, so it's deep fake. That's how they're going to bring the others back."
Right.
Obvious to me.
Yeah. Once we saw it, it was like, oh, it'll play out throughout. Got it.
So
yeah.
Now that means when we get to the mental hospital and that other guy's like, "Oh, yeah, I know him. He's John. He worked here." We automatically know he's lying.
Right.
As the viewer or as educated viewers. I know. As like the educated viewers.
Part is, Zach even already
such
told me that it was a deep fake, and I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah. So we know he's lying. So that makes
Yeah.
so I'm like, okay, he's in on it. I don't know to what extent or why he's in on it, but he's in on it.
Right.
Now the other killer, when she's unveiled, I thought, okay, fine. But it's also very obvious because of the McKenna Grace situation where it's a recognizable actress, Anna Camp, and she took this job for that monologue. You know what I mean? Like she's not going to take this job just to be a background random person for 2 scenes.
Yeah,
like she's
fair.
here to do that over the top killer reveal monologue that Scream
Which
delivers
they
every
do
time.
every single time. That's just, someone's got to be batshit crazy.
Yeah. And to me, that's why those killers are, I would say, were obvious picks.
Listen, I love you two, and I realize that there are people that like deep dive into all of it, but there are also people like me that just want to watch the daggone movie and are surprised.
But also,
I was shocked.
Yeah, but I was also thrown off when there's a kill later on when the son died. I was like, oh, well, that can't be it. And then when she was revealed, I was like, oh, are they going to turn on each other because it'll be revealed that
I thought maybe that too.
kid? But it didn't come that way, which is fine.
I don't give a fuck about him.
That's right.
Just like his dad.
Just like his dad. And that's, oh my God. Again, I don't think this movie's getting the credit it kind of deserves because I think what's going on with Paramount right now with behind the scenes and political and stuff, I think it's a very like, fuck those guys organization. And like our bud Jimmy has done, this is just straight on this movie.
Right.
I am only reviewing the movie that I am watching, and I'm having a ball with it where, yes, it's really interesting that we were on a path of a trilogy and they deterred it. And I kind of think it deters in one of the best ways possible that you can do. I do think with the short notice of this being made, just like in the world of like Jurassic World last year, like they were like, we need a movie out, we need a script, and they moved quick. And it was like, that was a fun theater experience. I think this movie does the same of just, let's use nostalgia with AI, which I'll be honest with you, for a guy that kind of is like, whatever about the AI and the Mission Impossible series, I thought was perfect for this with the deep fakes. Like every time the lady was the killer from part 2, the brother was the killer in part 3, and it was the original trilogy. It's like that was the core Sydney time. We all forget about 4 though.
And I like that they did the music for Dewey, by the way.
Yeah, when Dewey shows up and it's playing his theme, I'm like, God damn it. Oh. Let's talk the kills.
Oh, yes.
Let's talk the kills. This franchise, I'll be honest, has never been about the kills. Like, I will give part 5 some credit that they did things with the knife just going in quick or something that looked really sick. And then they overdo it in part 6, in my opinion. But kill-wise,
oh my
this shit was wild. McKenna Grace just, I'm going to hold the knife up, slit her fucking guts out. Wowie. Then the very beginning where the knife slowly goes into Homeboy's head. And
the eye.
Oh my
God. Holy shit.
It's those little attentions to detail.
Yes.
Then the son gets put up on the bar tap, and then the tap comes down and blood just starts spewing out of it. Like, that's
Beautiful.
an HHN like
Beautiful.
thing that needs to happen.
I want to have it in my face. Beautiful.
Just feel my blood.
Yes, I'd have a beer from it. I'd be like, yep, love this.
A sour. So
I didn't say like a real head.
you can taste the metallic. But then, even with the finale, all these movies, you gotta shoot them in the head. They shot her fucking face off.
Oh, beautiful.
Just off.
Beautiful.
And then like they do a shot where you can see the bottom and just like shit's moving. Dude, apropos, awesome. Like that is chef kiss. And I didn't see that coming from Kevin Williamson. I didn't see not to say classy or whatnot, but like, Scream 1 really kind of played itself like Halloween, where we don't show the gore.
Mm-hmm.
And granted, you saw blood and stuff, and if they did a very quick zoom on the guts at the beginning kill with Drew Barrymore, but it's like Flash, like you have to pay attention. This said, fuck you, we're showing everything.
Well, and I think that it wanted to show that creative aspect because, like Jim said, the attention to detail, and even you said at the end, like where they showed her after her face has been blown off, and you see it still kind of like sliding down, like that again was just gorgeous. Or even with the head and taking it to the next level, that stuff's like just taking little bits. And I love also the fact that while it had those beautiful kills, it also still did the simple ones.
Right.
So it was
stab.
a balance. And so it didn't seem like, okay, it was, pun intended, overkill. But it just had that balance in order to magnify the beautifulness of the kills.
It was really good. You're so fucking horny for the kills, dude.
I love them. I love them. Like,
they were pretty good. They're slasher. They're slasher for a movie, especially this one, which was like, we're not.
I wasn't prepared
stuff.
for it, and
Exactly.
I think that was what it was. Like when the first one
with the eye.
Like the eye, and then the guts, and I was like, okay, it's on. Like, and then I just felt like I kept getting it just kept leveling up.
But but for me, that's one of the differences. This movie felt different from every other one. Where like part 4 feels like a watered down try of the original. Part 5 is that reboot sequel, which they did, and 6 was whatever, and 3 is someone else's baby. That's fine. But like they all followed the same blueprint, where this one feels a little different. I said it feels like a chapter. It feels like this saga's version of Friday the 13th part 6 or 7. Like it just feels different from the other ones that we've gotten.
And I feel like it was very in its time, right? Like it felt very in this time without it necessarily throwing it in your face about it, like, oh, now we have this, or now it's up, like the world has updated in this, like talking about the deep fakes, talking about
AI, being able to use technology and all that.
So I felt like it had such a good balance of all of it. And I think that as an overall, it was really on par. I am still 100% interested to know what Jim's 1% is.
My next question was, okay, so the 1%, give it to me.
All right. Well, real quick, I just want to say that the kills were great, and I think part of that comes from the fact that, to me, this was probably the most dangerous Ghostface has felt. Because of the fact that, one, we established it with the Kennedy Grace getting early on.
Crazy.
Yeah, but this is also the least clumsy he has been.
Yeah.
As a killer, like they're always getting like beat up by everybody, and in this situation, unless you're in the Prescott household, you don't really put up a fight.
Right.
Like they're the only ones who really put up a fight. Her daughter, and her husband. That's it.
Fair.
And even in those fights, it's a fight. It's not just like, let me hit you with a pan and then like you go falling over and like stumbling every step of the way. Like
right.
That's very fair.
As far as my 1%, it was the killer reveal. I think I just wanted something. I was fine with the worker, the mental hospital worker. I was fine with him. I guess I just wanted when it was revealed as the friend, neighbor, mom. I think I was just a little disappointed in that. Like I was like, okay, I kind of wanted something more interesting. I don't know what I wanted. So like it didn't ruin the movie for me at all. It was just kind of like, oh, okay. And then I was right back in it once we got through it. But I just wanted something more interesting. Now, your explanation with the books and that it helps for sure, because it does make it a little bit different. I think if it had maybe if it had not been like a recognizable actress, maybe that would have made the difference for me. I don't know.
So I'm opposite kind of you of reveal, like with Ethan being revealed, like obviously, I mean, look at his hairline. This guy's a bad guy. But like,
Y'all can both go screw a duck. Like I said, whatever.
but and this is why, like, I think the idea was there, to use soccer lingo. The idea was there. The reveal of her, I understood. And it's me thinking about it after the fact that's really taking it in, of like, God, what a great idea of just like someone outside of the movies, just straight up a Sydney fan, reading the books and wants another adventure of her fucking heroine again. Like, I love that idea.
She wants another book.
Another book. Another one. And I love that she was so fucking disappointed that she wasn't a part of part 6.
Right.
Like, all of that plays. I think there needed to be a little more description of it. I think we should have saw maybe some footage or pictures of something of her following her or going to the places like during the monologue or something, like, you know, her visiting Woodsboro, her at a book signing,
maybe a book signing.
but look
I would
different.
Have loved that.
A what?
A book signing. I would have loved that.
Like to really concrete, because like in the first phone call when she was still portraying the voice, she said, "Oh yeah, I grew up with you," or "I'm from wherever you're from." That's not really delved into at the end. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't know if she came from Woodsboro, or is she just saying it as you've saved me.
You were part of my like growing up and
my rebirth.
Yeah, my rebirth there. Yeah.
Right. Mm-hmm. So I think if that was explained a little more, I would be more on board with these reveals.
Well, some people really, dive deep into it.
They do. I mean, nobody was wearing flannel. So I am actually with you of like, it's one of the worst reveals, but I understand the meaning, so I'm actually okay with the movie. Where some of these movies have horrible reveals and ruin the fucking movie for me, Scream 6. Like, it's a hard fucking pill to swallow. But for me, I hope it finds an audience. It seems like it truly is, like the Rotten Tomato audience score is sitting at like 75 right now. That seems fair. I feel like there's a good chunk of people that get it or have fun, know exactly what it is. It's a chapter. And then there's going to be people that's like, no, this isn't Wes Craven. No, this isn't Melissa Barrera. No, this isn't fucking a remake of the reboot and Talking Movies. I'm a movie nerd. I want to see my movie nerd movie. You got a fucking cool sequel. Just take it for what it is. There'll be a part 8 because this motherfucker's making all the money already. Last bit, guys.
Oh, the ranking?
Yes. Well, okay, second to last. Where do you think the next one goes? Like, you guys kind of morphed earlier. Is that where you're sticking to? Like, Tatum takes over?
I think so. But I still feel like there's a Sydney involvement.
I think the next one
I do like the fact of like Gail coming back, but like dying very early on or whatever. Just so. I think Jim said it, just so for the stakes to be there of like, oh shit, is this possible? You know what I mean?
Right.
So in that aspect, I do like that. But I think regardless, I don't think that you can dissolve Sydney quickly. Like at just being like, okay, well, she was back. You got what you wanted. And then now it's just moved on. But I do think that the focus has to be more so. And I can't tell you how. Because, like, she literally lost all of her friends, but...
Right. Well, don't worry. Some of these... Well, I guess that was a Nightmare on Elm Street. You lose friends, you come back, you have a new set of friends. It's fine.
Some people are cool like that.
I'll be honest. I would prefer if Part 8 is the final chapter of this saga. I would like Melissa to come back. I would like Ortega to come back. I would like this to be a big Avengers level style ending. That's right, portals. We can use portals to bring them back. It's fine. But I think a huge in game, motherfuckers dying left and right would be my favorite style. I'm not out, but we can definitely see Sydney's about to fucking fight Ghostface in space. Like, there's a good chance if we go past part 8, the next one after that's going to be called Ghost Space. Okay.
All right, so I'm just gonna let you stop there. I would actually treat this as the first of a new trilogy.
Okay.
8 was gonna be 8. I would kill off Gale in the opening scene, and I would end the movie on a downer by killing Sydney.
So
That way, you
Tatum's
get your
all
entire
alone.
movie. You get your entire movie with another entire movie with Tatum and Sydney together, but you have her die at the end.
Can the killer get away?
Oh yeah, the killer's gonna get away. You're gonna
Awesome.
have an ultimate killer that leads into the 9th movie, and
Fair.
maybe that killer gets away and is just happy with killing off Sydney, and now Tatum's hunting Sydney's killer.
Hunting the killer.
I do like that.
And she needs help, and she gets Melissa
Someone
Barrera.
take notes. Take notes.
She gets Melissa Barrera to help her find Ghostface. And to find out he's in space.
Oh my God, we're done. Didn't we
All
already
right.
say you were done?
Yeah, that's fine. All right, let me give my
Ranking?
ranking. All right,
We're
so
gonna bring in Ludacris and Tyrese.
from bottom to
no.
top, yeah, from bottom to top, I have Scream 4, Scream 6, Scream 3, Scream 7, Scream 5, Scream 2, and number 1, Scream.
So where did this place at?
So from first Scream, second is Scream 2, third is Scream 5, fourth is Scream 7, fifth is
Okay, that's all I
Scream
I just needed to know where Scream 7 was.
Okay. How about you?
All right. So before I do my ranking, real quick, the only thing we didn't touch that I have on my notes, real quick, on the 7th movie, as far as switching up things just slightly, was the roles talk. I like that we just kind of
Blew past it.
blew past it. They acknowledged that it's played out, but they did it for the fans that needed it something. So they just kind of threw it out there real quick and was like, "Hey, here it is. Okay, cool.
Right.
Moving on."
100%. 100%.
Yeah. So my ranking is very similar to the beginning. It's going to be 4, 6, 3, 5, 2, 7, 1. And the reason why I put 7 so high, ultimately, is one word: pacing. This movie has great pacing. It's extremely fast. This is a 2-hour movie, and you know me, one of my biggest complaints about movies is it could have been shorter. Let's cut shit out that doesn't need to be there. This is a movie that I watched. I was never bored. I was interested in what I was watching. Even during like what you could call downtime, it didn't feel like downtime, and it picked right back up really quickly.
That's
100%.
very fair.
100%.
Like even of them going to the hospital and stuff like that, which
that
would
was
have been
like-
like the down
Yeah.
time, it was like quick moving on right back to the pace. So I agree with
100%.
that. I do like
100%.
that
All right.
for
So
this movie.
what say you fine folks out there? Do you like it? Do you hate us? Do you hate our review? Let us know in the
Let's
comments.
just be honest. You loved the kills, and that's okay.
The kills were great. The kills were great. All right.
Be like
so,
me.
be like her. Fucking rookie kills over here. All right. We'll catch you next time. Happy Scream Week. Everybody.
Scream!
Oh, here I'm coming.